You know, with Max, that's happened before. Early in the outing, he's made the adjustments, and tonight he wasn't able to. But, we didn't score any runs, regardless of what, obviously, the expectations for Max are always high because of his track record, but, we just didn't score any runs. We knew Darvish was going to be a challenge, and he was.
How much does a stunning night like that from a guy who's pitched in, such huge games throughout the course of his career, how much of an effect does that have on the group itself?
I don't, sheer word stunning, we know how hard it's not. We know how hard it is to do what Max does and how much we appreciate it and how good other pitchers are. That's why you're playing this time of year. So we've had that, it's happened some. We've had, and guys have fought their way through it. Just tells you how good Darvish is, because our guys obviously had a lot of want to. And, we had man on third and one out twice, a chance to hit back early and gain some, momentum getting back into it. Usually we answer there, and we had a chance to, but Darvish wouldn't let us.
Stay the first row there on the left.
You kind of mentioned it right there, Buck, but what do you think allowed Darvish to settle in there? Because you did have that opportunity to get to him early.
He's got two breaking balls. He really throws so many pitches and he commands them, but I think he threw, and I know there were a number of times behind the count, there are no hitter counts with him. As far as, everything's, there's two shapes of breaking balls, really three with the cutter, the slider, and the curveball when he wants to. He made some pitches with that, even to the left-hand hitters. But, obviously Max, with the expectations that he has, for himself and what he's done for us and throughout baseball, but, Darvish is on top of his game. We knew that was going to be a challenge, but he's just got so many things you have to defend. I think he ended up, did he walk anybody? I know he had one hit by pitch, and, that's the difference. And, our bullpen pitched real well tonight out of there, but we just couldn't figure out a way to get some runs, some offense going. That was the story for me, that the job that they did from pitching department.
Buck Showalter giving you Darvish a lot of credit. He deserves it. In terms of postseason play for Padres pitchers in their organizational history, a pitcher to go 7 innings with 1 run or less. Last time we saw that in the playoffs, Kevin Brown back in 1998. This year, Yu Darvish has faced the New York Mets 3 starts, 7 innings, 21 innings, 7 starts. 3 starts, 7 innings each, 21 innings, 2 total runs. He's dominated the Mets. Yu Darvish had what working tonight, Dan?
Everything. And he's a nightmare to any hitter because he's so unpredictable. And sometimes he's a victim of having so many pitches that you wonder why. You'd like to see him smaller that arsenal and just concentrate on 2 or 3. Buck made a great point. He could spin it. He could spin it with a slider, curveball, great changeup, a 2-seamer, and a 4-seam fastball. So he could shape the ball a lot of different ways. And Buck nailed it. He's very unpredictable. For a guy that's a power pitcher, you see very, very few 2-0, 1-0, here, hit it fastballs. He commands the breaking ball. We saw a curveball this 7th inning that was 67 miles an hour. It was a spine wrapper. And so he has all the tricks. And what he does now, he knows how to use them. And it's funny how he switched the narrative, because we go back to the postseason with the Dodgers, and it was a mess. And Dodgers fans had enough of Yu Darvish, right? And he has flipped it. And he picked a really good time. But he's thrown some hints, because his last handful of starts in the regular season, he's been throwing the ball terrific.
His last 8 starts in total, 7-1 with a 2.04.
That's pretty good.
He's one of the hottest pitchers left standing right now, Harold.
And you know what? The thing about the postseason, that particularly this one, there's not that team that you say can't lose. Everybody can be beat.
Well, in the wild card series, right?
Especially, even
the
moving
Braves
forward.
And the Dodgers, the Astros.
I'm telling you what, the matchups, look at the talent of this San Diego team. If they click in October, like they're capable of, they went out to get Darvish for this reason. Blake Snell, we've watched pitch a no-hitter basically in the World Series. Manny Machado, $300 million. Profar was the top prospect in baseball forever. Grisham, he came through tonight. Josh Bell, they got him in the trade. All we do is talk about Tatis, and he steals the headlines. But, man, they still got Juan Soto not swinging yet. Josh Hader didn't even get in the game. This is a deep all-star studded team.
Right.
These are big-time names in our sport.
I agree with you. Our own Matt.